I think we still need us in the picture somewhere to create that connection. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that sort of goes to what I was wondering, because, doing sessions, we've done them on the phone, we've done them on Zoom. It's possible to create an AI avatar, however these AI chatbots or whatever could interact with someone. And I wondered, is, emotions, is intuition, is consciousness really necessary for the healer? Because what is that adage? If a healer is someone who doesn't actually do the healing, they simply create the space and the environment so that the client or the person who's requesting the healing is able to allow themselves to be healed by themselves. And if that is the case, if you are responsible for your own healing, could an AI at some point be so good at playing the role of a healer that it would actually work?
You know what? I want to say with every part of my being, no effing way. Because it's like, damn, I studied hard for that. I put the bloody miles in for all of that. I did the work. I went through all of the developing your intuition stuff. So I kind of want to fight that. But I would have to also say that does it depend what sort of healing you're doing? Because if we're talking energy healing, for me, there is let's use theta healing as an example. We're connecting with Creator. All that is, we're tapping into that energy, but we're doing it from our soul energy, our connection to all that is. So to me, it's like the spirit that infuses the body is connecting with, let's say, the spirit of all it is. Just for my words are not very good today, but I hope you get what I'm saying.
I'm feeling the energy, but I also, I'm very versed in this modality as well. So, if you missed something, I'm probably subconsciously filling it in.
And maybe the viewers may not be, but hopefully it's clear. So,
but yeah, there is a spiritual connection there, right?
Yeah,
like there's an intuitive, spiritual. Like
when your spirit leaves the body, there is just body. There's just a body. It doesn't have life infused in it anymore. So can something that's just like a body, which potentially could be AI, does that have the capacity to have that connection and do the healing? Now, probably not, but who's to say? Because I did hear a little whisper. This was a channeled message some years back, which spoke about what they call the transhuman, and it's about robots, like almost as a new species, and people that are part robot and robots, but they become like the mix and match, right? And the conversation was that eventually spirit might choose to, or a soul might choose to incarnate into a robot just for the experience of having that experience. So from that point, then perhaps that is possible in the future, and the AI mind.
Right. And I wasn't going to go the transhuman route, but I love that you brought that up. I was focusing more on the person receiving the healing, right? Like, because you can heal yourself. And so if you're just using AI as a tool to get you to the place where that healing can happen, is that possible? Can we train an AI personality to a point that it could do that? Or is that connection to source, or whatever you want to call that, necessary for the healer to guide that healing through, right? Because that is it is very much a co-creative experience when you are working with a healer.
Yeah.
You know, and there is something really almost magical when, you know, a healer says something and you're like, oh, that's a hit, right?
Boom, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so would an AI be able to do that no matter how well trained it is?